Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is a 743rd Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I put onto YouTube. This battle was fought on the Nordic Woodland map, and this is a 40k each, no rules battle. And what a battle I've got for you to watch today. This is a really great battle here, and I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, our first teammate is an RTW player who is called Tiago FGP. Tiago FGP. We haven't played with him much, but he seems to be not too bad a player. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does. He's got 7 infantry, 4 archers, and 8 cavalry. Okay, so just 7 infantry, 4 archers, and 8 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his urban cohorts. If you count the upgrades there, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4 fully upgraded urban cohorts. Now, those of you that like statistics might like to know that a fully upgraded urban cohort equates to a massive 30 defense, a huge 20 attack, and a 24 missile there. Okay, that's the power that a fully upgraded urban cohort's got. Now remember, it's got 3 experience stripes on there, and remember each stripe is just that experience for the for that unit. And of course, each stripe gives that unit extra morale as well. So when you put fully upgraded stripes, so you can only put 3 on, those 3 experience stripes there really increases the morale to its maximum ability. So these fully upgraded urban cohorts have got their maximum morale, and of course those 3 stripes gives them a veteran status as well. So not only have they got the fullest morale they can get, they're actually veterans as well with those 3 experience stripes on them. So he's only got 7 of them. And it'll be interesting to see if 7 fully upgraded urban cohorts is enough on the 40k each no rules battlefield there. Okay, so it should be interesting to see there 7 fully upgraded urban cohorts with all the specifications that brings, all the experience and as I say, veteran ability there that they've got. As I say, this might be a marker for 40k no rules battles for the future. Smaller armies with better upgrades, we'll just have to see. And oh my gosh, count the upgrades on his Praetorian cavalry, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry, and like we've said before, that takes it out of the elite bracket into the super cavalry bracket there. Okay, so yeah, I don't think he's got any upgrades on his archers there, but he's got fully upgraded infantry and fully upgraded cavalry. Okay, but will 7 fully upgraded infantry be enough for a 40k no rules battle game? I think it'll be interesting to see here. And let's say a very, very unusual army, I think, there. Okay, our next teammate is brother member TR. Now TR has got 5 spear warband, 4 archers, 4 chosen axemen, 4 berserkers, 3 cavalry, and 1 knight raider unit. So he certainly has got a diverse Germanic army here. And remember, Germania will get a winter bonus on this map because they're barbarian troops. Here already got the chosen axemen there. If you look at those axes, they are effective against armor, and these troops can cut wide swathes through heavily armored troops like Roman infantry. Plus, they've got excellent morale, the same as urban cohorts as well. So that's good. And there you are, he's got his spear warband here. Now, of course, carrying spears, they will be anti-cavalry, but they're also quite good at holding up enemy infantry as well. Many years ago, Germanic armies always had a lot of these units in their army, but modern Germania armies, you don't often see these units in them. So TR here is actually using some old school tactics here in bringing these spear warband units in his army and having 5 of them as well. Okay, and if we look over here, we'll see the infamous Knight Raiders. Now remember, these Knight Raiders are good infantry in their own right, but they bring a big fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops, making them more susceptible to routing. And as I say, the more morale you can sap from enemy troops, the better, because of course they are, as I say, more susceptible to routing. And there we have the infamous berserkers, with their effective against armor maces, their 2 hit points, their excellent specifications, and of course they're a big fear factor they bring as well, taking morale away from enemy troops, destabilizing them, and as I say, making them more susceptible to routing. So as I say, I think the berserkers and knight raiders to me are like the Germanic shock troops there. Quick look at the upgrades on his Gothic cavalry. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, a fully upgraded Gothic cavalry. Check out the specifications of this Gothic cavalry. I think you'll be surprised on how good it is. And when you fully upgrade it, I mean, that makes that cavalry super cavalry there. So there's TR's Germanic army. Looks quite effective to me. Okay, our next teammate is somebody who's called himself OTD Chinrizig, but is in fact Scorpion King SR, and he's got 6 pikes, 5 artillery, 1 elephant, 6 cataphracts, and 2 fast-moving armoured cavalry generals there. Quick look at the upgrades on his pikes, and he's just got 7 upgrades, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack, on those Seleucid pike units there. But once again, just look at the length of those pikes there that the enemy troops are going to have to fight down to kill the man on the other end. So make no mistake, that's quite a tall order there for enemy troops. Quick look at the upgrades on his cataphracts there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cataphracts. And there you are, you've got his elephants there. He's gone for the armoured elephants there. Okay, so of course these have got a big fear factor, once again taking morale away from enemy troops, making them more susceptible to routing. They've got archers on their back as well that will be shooting into enemy troops as soon as they get into range. So that's an interesting Seleucid army there of Scorpion King SR. Be interested to see how he uses it. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander. Now I've got 12 Spartans, 3 archers, 4 artillery, and 1 fast-moving cavalry unit there. So there's our team. I think you would agree, a very diverse team there. We've got Rome there with FGP. We've got Germania with Brotherhood member TR. We've got Seleucid with Scorpion King SR, and myself with Greek cities. What a cracking no-rules battle this is. I hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have GOTW Romex. Now Romex has got 10 pikes, 2 artillery, 4 heavy chariots, 2 chariot archers, and 2 foot archers. So he's actually got quite a diverse Pontus army there. Look at the upgrades on his pikes. Oh my gosh, fully upgraded Pontus pikes there. Those bronze shield pikemen there. And just look at the length of those Pontus pikes there. And our men have got to fight all the way down those pikes to kill the man on the other end. So all his pikes are fully upgraded there. Okay, and then we've got the scythed chariots. Now remember, these chariots here have got a big attacking specification. They bring a big fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops. But if they run amok, they become a menace to both friend and foe alike, because they kill both friend and foe alike. So bringing chariots is really a double-edged sword. And you know, you have to really have a think about whether you want to bring chariots or not, I think, before you bring them, because I say they do kill both friend and foe alike if they run amok. And a lot of his army are hiding in the woods there. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Mantu. Now Mantu has got 15 Sacred Band Spearmen and 5 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his Sacred Band Spearmen. Oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, fully upgraded Sacred Band Spearmen. Now we know that these Sacred Band units are really good with just 1 stripe, gold shield, gold attack on. But if you fully upgrade them, that makes this some serious spear units here. And he's got 15 maximum upgraded Sacred Band Spearmen. So that is that's going to be extremely difficult to deal with, I think, for our team. And there you are, he's just got light cavalry there. I'm thinking probably just gold shield, just gold shield, gold attack upgrades on his light cavalry, because he spent most of his money on his infantry. Make no mistake though, this light cavalry, handled well, can be very effective on the battlefield there. So I think that's a pretty good, effective Carthage army there of Brotherhood member Mantu. Now their next teammate is Brotherhood member Earth, who's got the Armenian faction there. Now Earth has got 10 heavy cataphracts and 10 horse archers there. Okay, so he's got 10 heavy cataphracts, 10 horse archers there. Check the upgrades up on his cataphracts. Oh my gosh, fully upgraded cataphracts there. Okay, now these Armenian cataphracts, they attack with their lances, but once they get into melee, the generals should alt attack them, where they will then use their effective against armor maces. So make no mistake, these cavalry here, we often call the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe. But once they get into melee, the general should alt attack them there, as I say, so that they'll be using their effective against armour maces rather than their light lances there. And then you've got their horse archers. Now these Armenian horse archers here are some of the best in the game. Okay, I know what you're thinking, they're still wearing their pyjamas, but that doesn't affect them how good they are at shooting their arrows there. But yeah, they're some of the best horse archers in the game there. So that's a heck of a lot of firepower he's bringing, and a heck of a lot of powerful cataphract cavalry there as well. It'll be interesting to see how well he does that during the course of the battle. Their last teammate is Brotherhood member Firstprime. Now Firstprime's got 5 artillery, 9 infantry, and 6 cavalry. Okay, so that's a pretty good 40k no rules army there. He got 7 upgrades on his urban cohorts. That's an experienced stripe, gold shield, gold attack. His general's got 8 upgrades on, but as I say, he's got his general, infantry general there giving a morale bonus, plus he's got an eagle unit giving extra morale bonus as well. So not only is his infantry well upgraded, they're getting 2 lots of morale bonus as well. Quick look at his cavalry. I'm thinking probably good cavalry here. Let's count the upgrades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yes, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry. Okay, so like we said before, that lifts them out of the elite bracket into the super cavalry bracket there. So that's an interesting army there at Firstprime. So the scene is set. The troops are ready. The battle's about to begin. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, just to give you a heads up there, we've decided that we're all going to meet up on the right flank there. That's where we're going to have our group meeting there, if you like. So I've now got to move from the left flank all the way over to the right flank. Now normally what I would do is run my troops over to that right flank, but of course because I've got artillery can only walk. So I'm going to move my whole army over to that right flank with walking, so that at least I've got some cover there for my artillery, just in case like a rogue enemy cavalry unit tried to attack my Onagar crews there. So as I say, I'm going to walk over to that right flank there just to kind of cover my artillery. Let's pause the game for a second there. And just to say that I think that if I was Earth over here with my fast moving horse archers, I may well look to try and intercept that Greek city's army there and try and kill the Onagar crews with my horse archers, or target the archers, foot archers as well there. So that's what I think Earth would probably look to do there, get his fast moving horse archers over there to try and intercept my Greek city's army as I'm moving over to the right flank there. Make no mistake, if he can get his horse archers near my Greek city's army there, he would definitely target my Onagar crew and probably my archers as well. Okay, that's probably what he would do there. Meanwhile, over here on the right flank, where we're looking to meet up, right flank, right centre here, you'll see that FGP here, our SBQ or ally, is moving a little bit more over to our left centre there. So as I say, this is where we're looking to form up here as a team. Okay, as I say, making very slow progress, moving from the left flank over to the right flank here, as I said before, as I'm walking my army over there to give some cover to my artillery. Now you'll see that Earth has done exactly what we thought he was going to do. He's bringing his fast moving horse archers over there to try and target my army there, as I say, especially my Onagar crews there, take out my artillery there, so that they're no longer effective, or take my archers out there. That's what I think the Earth is thinking about doing there. Now Scorpion King SR, he knows that I've got no good cavalry to cover my artillery there, so he's moving his Seleucid cataphracts over as a screening force here, as a blocking force, if you like, against those enemy horse archers. Now Scorpion King knows he's probably going to lose some of his cavalry in doing that, but that's what good teammates do, isn't it? When they're covering their teammates if they have to lose some of their troops, and that's what they do there. That's all part of being part of a team. If you notice here, Scorpion King's got his cataphracts in open order there. Remember, units in open order on Rome Total War suffer less damage from missiles. So that's why he's got his cataphracts in open order there. But make no mistake, that's a great screening force there. He's putting in between myself, my Greek cities army, and those Armenian fast-moving horse archers there. So as I say, great bit of teamwork there by Scorpion King. And he knows he is probably going to lose some of his cavalry there to those horse archers, yet he's still doing that to cover his teammate. So as I say, don't forget, when you're in these team battles there, being a good teammate, willing to take one for the team there, if you like, is essential if you want to win a team battle. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So you'll see over here on our right flank, right centre there, you'll see that the enemy Romex has got his Pontus army over there, and he's got a couple of his artillery units there already starting to shoot into us. But those artillery units there look a little bit exposed. Do you think to maybe an archer attack there, if we moved our archers forward, or a cavalry attack there? Yes, you've got the Carthage cavalry there, but they are light cavalry. They'd be no match for those fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry of SPQR there. So as I say, I've noticed in these 40k battles, very often people do leave their artillery a little bit exposed to archer or cavalry hit there. And I think that those Pontus artillery pieces there, I don't know what you guys think, they do look a little bit exposed, don't they, to either maybe archers moving forward. There you are. Let's see, you can see our SPQR ally moving his archers forward there, trying to target the Onagar crews there. Remember, those archers are long range. Or you could send some cavalry over there as well, couldn't you? Try and take the Onagar crews out. But meanwhile over here, as I say, I'm making slow progress moving over to the right flank. But Scorpion King here with his Seleucid cavalry there is making sure he's covering me there, making sure he's got a screening force there to stop that those Armenian cataphracts or the Armenian horse archers coming in behind my Greek cities troops. And there you are, talking about the cataphracts. There's those fully upgraded cataphracts of Earth. He's taking them over to support his horse archers there. And you can see Firstprime moving his Scipio army towards Scorpion King's Seleucid army there. Okay, now here you can see Scorpion King's got a couple of his artillery pieces there, maybe looking to target Firstprime Scipio army when he comes into range. Okay, but over here you'll see that our SPQR ally did take his archer units forward to target those Onagars, but by doing that, look, he's exposed his archers to a cavalry attack there. He took them forward, to try and take out those Onagar crews, but Mantu's brought his fast-moving light cavalry over now, and probably going to take out these SPQR archer units there. So yes, those Pontus artillery pieces looked a little bit isolated and exposed there. Well, now our SPQR ally looks to me like he's lost his archer units here as well through taking them too far forward there, exposing them to a cavalry hit. And of course, Mantu's charges light cavalry in there and have taken those archer units out. So in one hit there by Mantu, our SPQR ally has lost all 4 of his archer units there. So that was a nice move there by Mantu with his fast-moving cavalry. But I should imagine our SPQR ally is probably not that pleased with losing his 4 archers there. And you can see there that SPQR, a fully upgraded heavy cavalry, nearly caught up to that light cavalry. But remember, light cavalry is a lot faster than heavy cavalry there. So he's lost, the SPQR general's lost his 4 archer units, and the Pontus Onagars are still able to shoot into us there. So as I say, I think Scorpion King's got some of his artillery there. You can see shooting boulders into this Pontus, into those Pontus artillery pieces there. Okay, but there you can see that here's TR with his Germanic cavalry. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if he hit those Onagar crews there with that cavalry. That would be a great hit if he does that. Take out the Pontus artillery. As I say, if you look at the position of that Pontus artillery, it really is exposed to a cavalry hit there, isn't it? Get ready for this, and bang, as he smashes in there. Routed that Onagar crew on impact, look, and then bang, as he charges in there as well, and routed the other Onagar crew there. So in one hit there by the Germanic cavalry, he's now taken out those Onagar crews there. No matter how much ammunition those Onagars had left, with the crews dead, those Onagars now are completely useless. And you can see the SBQR general bringing some cavalry over as well. So they've taken out the artillery now. Now, maybe Scorpion King, if he gets into range, could start shooting fire pots into Romex, his tight, close infantry formation there. Could cause a lot of casualties there. As you can see, my Greek city's army is nearly over to that right flank there. Not far over there now, thanks to Scorpion King covering me, and I can then integrate my troops in with my allies' troops there and use my artillery. But as I say, just look here as Earth brought his horse archers over here, look, shooting almost point blank into Scorpion King's cataphracts here. But there you are, Scorpion King chasing them off, look, with his fast moving armoured cavalry general there, forcing those Armenian horse archers back. So that was a nice counter-attack there by Scorpion King. And as I say there, I don't think he suffered that many casualties there. Only a few from those horse archers. So he did a really good job there, as I say, at screening my infantry there and being a blocking force between those horse archers and my Greek city army there. So as I say, great bit of teamwork there by Scorpion King SR. As I say, here you'll see Firstprime's army moving forward there, getting his artillery into range there of Scorpion Kings. Remember, the tactics that we found on these 40k no rules battle is to take out the enemy artillery with boulders and then concentrate on the enemy infantry with your fire pots. And that's exactly what Firstprime's doing here. You'll see he's targeting these artillery pieces with his boulders there. And you'll see that Scorpion King is also replying with boulders, trying to take out Firstprime's artillery. Right, here you can see Scorpion King has now decided he's going to do an out-and-out attack with pikes and cavalry on Firstprime's army there. Can you see? Now you can see Firstprime looking to charge his fully upgraded cavalry in and then stops them. He sees the pikes coming towards him, look, the anti-cavalry pikes, and backs his cavalry off. Good move there by Firstprime there. Right, you can see, as I say, Scorpion King all of a sudden here decides to do an out-and-out attack onto Firstprime's Scipio army there with his Seleucids. But he needs to, as I say, Scorpion King needs to be very careful here, because you've got all of the Armenian army here, all those fully upgraded cataphracts and those horse archers there moving in behind him that could smash into the rear of his engaged troops there as he's engaging the Scipio troops. But maybe an even more dangerous position here is the Carthaginians. Remember, these Sacred Band units are fully upgraded and they're hiding in the woods there. Of course, the general can't hide, but the rest of his fully upgraded Sacred Band spearmen are hiding in the woods, and they may well be brought out to attack Scorpion King's Seleucid pikemen there. So let's say very, very dangerous position there, I think, for Scorpion King. Over here you'll see that we've managed to form up. You can see Scorpion King's artillery now shooting into those Pontus pikemen. But once again, can you see Scorp's artillery a little bit exposed to archer fire there, isn't it? If you put your artillery outside of protection there, then they are exposed to hits there, aren't they? But as I say, you can see that we've basically formed up here now, and what we need is Scorpion King's army to come and join us. But as I say, he's decided he's going to do an out-and-out attack here onto Firstprime's Scipio army there. As I say, we know Scorpion King always aggressive, always attacking there, and that's exactly what he's showing here. He's going to attack there with those Seleucid pikes and his cataphract cavalry, and if you notice there, he's brought his armoured elephants into the fray as well. But just look at all those Armenian cavalry in behind him there. I mean, those fully upgraded cataphracts and those horse archers. Right, now I just wanted to show you a nice little tactic here. Can you see Scorpion King here? Okay, he's brought his elephants around the flank of the enemy Scipio troop. He's not going to charge them straight in there, so he'd get loads of pilers thrown directly at him and he'd have to fight them head on. He's going to hit the flank, which is a weak part. Remember, the flank and rear of units on Rome Total War are the weaker areas, and that's why he's done that. But look at the danger of Mantu bringing his fully upgraded Carthage Sacred Band spearmen out of the woods now towards Scorpion King SR. Right, here comes the elephants. These are armoured elephants, the best elephants that you can get in the game. Get ready for this, and bang! As they smash in to Firstprime's infantry there. Just look at how those elephants smash those Scipio infantry up into the air there. Just look at the power of those elephants. Plus you've got the archers on the rear, on the top of those elephants. They're shooting in to the enemy infantry as well. So there's elephant, but if you notice there, Firstprime has counter-attacked those elephants with his fully upgraded cavalry and has now routed them. Okay, so those elephants have now been routed. Here you can see Mantu bring this fully upgraded Carthage Sacred Band spear units across. Here you'll see TR is bringing some of his Germanic army out here to help Scorpion King. Okay, but looking at what they're up against here, it might be a good idea for them to withdraw and go back over to the other flank, is what I'm thinking here. I don't know what you're thinking. You've got fully upgraded Carthage Sacred Band spearmen here. You've got the Scipio army of Firstprimes. You can see there's chariots coming over there from Pontus as well, bringing that fear factor. And you've got all those Armenian horse archers and those heavy cataphracts there as well. See those chariots banging in, that chariot unit banging in there, bang! And then you can see Mantu running his Carthage Sacred Band units forward there into those Seleucid pikemen there. And remember that those Carthage Sacred Band units are fully upgraded. They will beat those Seleucid pikemen there. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. Right, okay, so here you can see that TR has brought a couple of his Berserker units over here to try and help Scorpion King, but I think looking at the odds here, I think tactically it might be a good idea to withdraw our troops back over to the other flank, because I'm just looking at the number of enemy troops here, and I can see a lot of Scorpion King's units now have been routed. Let's just pause the game for a second here. So I think at this stage all of the Seleucid infantry has now been routed. Okay, so Scorpion King's lost all his infantry now, all his pikemen, plus TR's lost some of his Germanic units as well, bringing them over to support Scorpion King there. And you can see the enemy troops moving in there just to finish off what's left of Scorpion King's troops. And look at all this maximum upgraded cavalry of Firstprimes and Earth there, just ready to charge in when they're ready. Make no mistake, these horse archers here have been shooting into our troops as well. There's an amok Seleucid elephant there forcing them back, because that elephant will be killing them if it gets close there. But here you can see, I can see TR bringing even more of his Germanic units over to the fight here. But just look at the odds that they're up against there. I would suggest the best tactical move now would be for the Germanic troops of TR to be pulled back to the other flank there where we formed up, because I remember that spears and pikes kill barbarian troops quite quickly there. And there you are, you can see TR now has decided he's going to move the bulk of his troops back. Just like to show you a good move here, can you see he's going to sacrifice this one spear warband unit there to try and hold up and get the attention of enemy troops, giving the rest of his army time to pull back to our position over on the other flank there. So that's a nice move there by TR. Yeah, he's going to sacrifice that unit, but he may well get the rest of his army, the bulk of his army, back over to the other flank there, where they can form up with their allies there. So I say nice move there by TR. And as I say, if Scorpion King's got any units left, cavalry or anything else left there, move it back over to the right flank might be the best tactic there. Okay, so over here on the right flank, as I say, we've established a bit of a defensive formation. Now here you can see Romex starting to move forward towards us there. Okay, and as I say, he's got his chariot unit there, he's got an archer unit there as well as he moves towards us. And as I say, here you can see that we've kind of set up a bit of a defensive formation there. What I've noticed is in a lot of these 40k battles, when I set up this defensive formation to defend my artillery. Very often my allies will run into this battle formation here to make the most of the defense of the Spartans there. As I say, I do put this defensive formation up just to protect my artillery, but as I say, my allies very often make the most of that by coming into that battle formation. Now here you'll see I've got my Cretan archers, and I'm going to start to target those Armenian horse archers there. Can you see all those horse archers coming in there on our flank? What a lot of firepower that they've got. But make no mistake, I've got my Cretan archers shooting at them. I'm probably going to put some artillery shots onto them as well, if they just stand there. Can you see they're just standing there at the moment, look? And I'm just going to think, oh, that's great. I'm going to use my Cretan archers to shoot into them and cause them as many casualties as I can. There, can you see the amount of arrows going into them from my Cretan archers? I'm even hitting them now with boulders as well, look. So just look at the casualties that we've caused those horse archers there. So that's good news for us. And the horse archers are going to have to pull back. Just look at all the dead there that we've killed with, as I say, with archers there and some boulders from the artillery. Over here, you'll see there's a berserker unit that's actually been activated there, and you can see that TR now is moving his troops back, and you can see that Scorpion King is moving his cavalry units, what he's got left, back as well, possibly to move into the defensive formation of my Spartans there. Okay, so as I say, that's what usually happens in these 40k battles there. When I set up a defensive formation, obviously to defend my artillery, very often my allies will move into that formation as well to strengthen it. So as I say, you can see I'm still shooting fire arrows towards those enemy cavalry. And as I say, you can see TR bringing his Germanic troops back into the into the defended position here of this defensive position. So let's just pause the game for a second here. So here now I'm going to turn my artillery to try and target that Pontus army there. Now Romex has got those pikes in close tight formation, and if I can drop some fire pots onto that formation there, I reckon I could cause a lot of casualties there. That's what I'm thinking. So if you notice, I've turned all my artillery and they're moving forward now to get into range of Romex's Pontus army. And as I say, what I'd like to do is drop some fire pots onto that Pontus army there and probably cause some casualties there. That's what I'm hoping to do anyway. There you can see Scorpion King still got some of his Onagar crews still shooting fire pots towards Romex's army. But there you can see now I'm starting to shoot fire pots into Romex's army. Look at bang! Look at this! Bang! Look at that! Reduce that unit from 121 to 95 with one fire pot hit. And look, whoa, another big hit on them there. So if you notice here, you'll see that Romex is putting his troops into open order and probably going to back off. I'm probably going to try and get out of range of my Onagars there, which would be a good tactical move. There, look, bang! Another fire pot hit on them there. So yeah, that's a good move there for him to pull back. But I've seen another target now that I want to use my artillery on. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So as I say, you can see Romex now moving out of range. We forced him back now. So what I'm going to do now is turn my artillery onto these Carthage units of Mantus. Now remember that Mantu's Carthage units are fully upgraded. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So they are a very powerful army there. And if you notice, most of them now are hiding in the woods. You can't see a lot of them. Okay, if you notice there, a lot of them hiding in the woods, but hiding in the woods doesn't protect them from fire pots. Okay, so if any fire pots land in the woods there and there's happens to be Carthage units there, they will be killed by those fire pots. Okay, so as I say, you can see I've turned my artillery now to face that Carthage Sacred Band army there. And then I say, if you look at there where they're hiding in the woods, if you see a fire pot come in there, you'll see that. Can you see I'm shooting arrows into what looks like nothing there, but what it is, I've targeted Carthage units. Now watch the fire pots. Bang! You see that fire pot there? Can you see? You couldn't see the hidden Carthage army, but the fire pot there showed you where they are. Look, another lot there. Let's see. Can you see there? Look. So where the fire pots are hitting the hidden Carthage units, they still kill them. So as I say, just hiding in the woods doesn't protect you from fire pots there. And as I say, you can see we've suffered them a lot of casualties. My archers are shooting into them as well now as they're moving out of the woods. So they'll be coming around, possibly around this left flank maybe. This may well be a weak spot that they can see there to attack my defensive formation there. Okay, but as I say, you can see that we've kind of all formed up here now on this particular part of the battlefield. And there, as you can see, I'm shooting fire pots still into the enemy troops. This is how you know, effective artillery can be. Now, I thought this was a good move here by Firstprime. He's moving some of his artillery pieces forward here, look. Okay, and my guess is what he's going to do is target my artillery. Okay, I reckon he's going to start using boulders, okay, with his artillery there to take out my Onagars. That's what I think he's going to do there, and that would be a good tactical move there for Firstprime to do that. And that's what I think that probably he's going to do. Okay, over here you'll see that Romex has pulled his army, his Pontus army, out of range. Look, you've got Earth's horse archers, you've got the chariots of Pontus all on that side of the battlefield there, threatening that one part there. And then you've got all the heavy enemy infantry over on this part of the battlefield here. So we could be attacked from two directions. Heavy infantry and maybe cavalry coming in from this direction, and Romex chariots and horse archers coming in from the other direction there. But as I say, my artillery, my fire pots have done a lot of damage to these Carthage Sacred Band units, which obviously I'm glad about there. As I say, the fire pots are very inaccurate, but if they do hit, they can cause big casualties. Right, here's our SBQ, our ally, looking to charge his cavalry into those Armenian cataphracts, and then decides not to and back them off. I'm guessing because he saw those Sacred Band spearmen coming in there, knowing they're anti-cavalry. I'm guessing that's why he's pulled his cavalry back from attacking those Armenian cataphracts. There's another fire pot hit there. Look, did you see those troops get up? They were knocked over by the blast of the fire pot, but it didn't kill them, and a lot of them got up there. But as I say, here you can see Firstprime is now targeting my Onagars with his artillery there, like shooting boulders into my Onagars. In fact, look at the damage that he's done already. He's taken 1, 2, 3 of my Onagars out already with his artillery. Now what might be a good idea is to take my archers forward there and try and target Firstprime's artillery there. That might be something that I might think about there. But as I say, I'm still trying to target these Carthaginians. If you look at the Carthage units, can you see how many casualties they've suffered there? You'll see a lot of those Carthage units have been quite damaged there. I'm guessing by fire pots that I've hit into them there. So that's good news for us. But as I say, we formed up a bit of a defensive position here, our team. Can you see we've gone defensive here? And of course, the moment you go defensive, you hand the initiative to the enemy. So that's what we've done at the moment. We've gone defensive there. And of course, the enemy now can move round as they want and attack us from different directions now. So let's just pause the game for a second here. So let's say I've moved my archers out of the defensive formation now to target Firstprime's Onagar crews. Okay, so I'm going to be shooting loads of arrows into those Onagar crews, trying to take them out. Okay, meanwhile over here you'll see that Mantu with his fully upgraded Sacred Band spearmen are moving towards us now, and you can see the spears are down. Okay, so the spears are definitely down. The anti-cavalry spears are definitely down. They're fully upgraded unit. Now what do you think the SBQR general is going to do with his cavalry? Back them off quick before the spearmen get anywhere near them? No. He decides to charge his fully upgraded SBQR cavalry into fully upgraded anti-cavalry spearmen there. Very unusual tactic, as you might think there. So our ally there has decided to charge his fully upgraded SBQR cavalry into fully upgraded anti-cavalry spearmen there. Who do you think is going to come off best there? Be interesting to see. As I say, you can see Romex moving forward now, and you can see our SBQR ally has set his 7 fully upgraded infantry there to receive an attack from Romex. We're being hit, as I say, by those Onagars of Firstprime. As I say, I've turned some of my Onagars to reply against his Onagars, and I've got my archers out there as well. But you'll see here, TR is using his cavalry really well, taking his cavalry over to take out the crews of Firstprime's Onagars there. So that's a nice teamwork move there by TR in doing that, taking his cavalry out there. But meanwhile here, as I say, our allies charged his SBQR cavalry into fully upgraded anti-cavalry sacred spearmen here. And I just wonder who you think is going to prevail in this particular part of the battlefield. The fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry or the fully upgraded anti-cavalry spearmen. Which way do you think it's going to go? And I can see a lot of those SBQR spearmen starting, SBQR cavalry starting to rout already there. You can see that, but he's still pushing them in there. Still trying to push those SBQR cavalry in. But meanwhile, can you see over here, let's pause the game for a second, Earth has decided to charge his 10 fully upgraded cataphracts into the enemy's, into our SBQR allies' fully upgraded infantry there. Now remember, those infantry fully upgraded have got a 30 defense, which makes this a massive defense there. So they're going to be very difficult to kill. Now, Earth may well want to penetrate those units to get in behind them. Plus, here you will see that Romex is charging his pikemen in here. But can you see what he's done here? He's using the secondary weapon, the sword. Now remember that pikemen's strength is their phalanx, using their pikes. The sword is a secondary weapon here, and putting secondary weapon up against fully upgraded urban cohorts, those Pontus pikemen there are going to, I think, they're not going to do that well. And what I would have done, I think, is run my Pontus pikemen over close to them, then put the pikes down, then attack. But as you can see here, Romex has decided to attack there with his secondary weapon, his sword, at this time. He may well put them into phalanx in a minute, but as I say here, Earth's fully upgraded cataphracts, look how he's trying to penetrate those SBQR infantry there. He's trying to get through those SBQR infantry. And look, he's really surge attacking with those cavalry, really trying to penetrate, get through those SBQR infantry, which he's done. He's managed to now push through that SBQR infantry there to attack units in behind the SBQR infantry there. That was a really good surge attack there with his cavalry. Right, you'll notice now that the Pontus General Romex has now put his pikes down. Can you see? He's gone into phalanx now and is now using his pikes to move forward now against the SBQR infantry. Okay, so there you are. You can see he's decided to use his pikes now, go into phalanx and push his way into those SBQR infantry. But still, that SBQR infantry is holding. You might have thought he would have routed by now, but don't forget it's fully upgraded. You've got Mantu's fully upgraded spear units moving in as well. So that SBQR ally of ours is really holding well. Now there you are. That's the aftermath of charging a fully upgraded cavalry into fully upgraded anti-cavalry sacred band spearmen. That's the aftermath. Look at how many dead SBQR cavalry are there. I mean, I wouldn't like to try and count how many there are there, but I'm guessing that most of the SBQR cavalry is now dead. Here you can see Firstprime moving his Scipio army forward there to support his Carthage ally. Okay, so but as I say there, that those Armenian cataphracts penetrated our SBQR allies' infantry there. Now make no mistake, if that SBQR infantry was just gold shield gold attack, my guess is it would have routed a long time ago. But like I say, those 3 experience stripes make these units veterans. These SBQR troops are absolute veterans now, being fully upgraded. And so just look how they're holding against all those Armenian cataphracts. You've got Pontus phalanx pikemen closing in on them as well. I mean, and they're still holding that. And that's why I said, do you think in these 40k no rules battles, if you bring Roman infantry, small amount of infantry but fully upgraded? What do you think? Looking at this, it looks like, as I say, these 7 SBQR units that are fully upgraded here are holding absolutely magnificently against huge odds. They're still holding now, look. I mean, that's just goes to show what fully upgraded urban cohorts can do there. So I thought that was quite interesting. Now you see here that TR has been holding his berserkers back right towards this stage of the battle, and now he decided to release them. And look what it does to the enemy. Intimidated by nearby enemy. So that means that these enemy troops now, their morale is being sapped by these berserkers. So they're going to be more susceptible to routing now. Look. So as I say, TR has held those berserkers back well there, and has just used them now probably at the right time of the battle, when enemy troops are battle depleted, maybe a bit tired, their morale will be a bit low anyway, and so bringing in those berserkers there, taking loads of morale away from them, was a good move. You can see here we're doing a combination attack of my Spartans and those berserkers. What a massive combination that is. Spartans there with their fantastic specifications and berserkers attacking at once. Plus you can see TR bringing his spear, one of his spear units in behind those Carthage sacred band units as well. You see that spear warband unit closing in, and all those berserkers and my Spartans there, and we've just routed a large amount of those Carthaginians there. So that was a nice move by TR, bringing that spear unit in behind. And so we've got spear unit there of Germania, we've got berserkers and my Spartans there against those Carthage sacred band units there. So we managed to take them out. But over here, let's still see that SBQR units there are still holding even after the bashing they've had. And you can see that Pontus pikemen are still pushing in now. I'm wondering here if Earth is going to get his cataphracts round here and smash into the flank or rear of those SBQR units there. That's what I think I'd be thinking about doing there, is to smash into the rear or flank of those SBQR units. Well, he's being held and pinned by the Pontus pikemen there. Can you see that? That's what I would do if I was Earth. Try and get in. And now you can see I'm moving some of my Spartans over here to help my SBQR ally out against these Pontus pikemen here. So you can see I'm trying to help him there. But here comes the cataphracts right now. Here comes the cataphracts here. Fully upgraded cataphracts. Going to smash into these engaged SBQR infantry. Get ready for this. And bang! As they smash in there. And oh my gosh, those SBQR infantry are still holding. They've just killed the SBQR general there, but look, the SBQR troops are still holding, and they've still got reasonably good numbers in their units as well. So not only are they being pounded by Pontus pikemen, they've just been smashed by Armenian cavalry, and those fully upgraded units are still holding. Meanwhile, over here at the rear, you'll see that Firstprime's charging some of his cavalry in. You can see these berserker units are doing well around the battlefield. I've got my fully upgraded armoured cavalry general there, fighting some of those enemy Scipii cavalry, as you can see there. But those berserkers will be doing the job. They're taking morale away from enemy troops. Here I got a couple of my Spartan troops still fighting the Scipii infantry there, and you've got Germanic spear units there fighting them as well. So as I say, lots going on all over the battlefield at the moment. But here, as I say, this is I think a magnificent display of what fully upgraded urban cohorts can do. Can you see those SBQR units still holding even now after the pounding that they've taken, and they're still holding there. Okay, a couple of their units are just routed, but the bulk of those SBQR infantry still holding in there, look, against those cataphracts and those Pontus pikemen. So as I say, 40k no rules battles, maybe smaller Roman armies, but fully upgrade the urban cohorts. Still holding now after the pounding they've taken from Pontus pikemen and Armenian cataphracts there. I mean, that's amazing there. You can see the berserkers and my Greek city units closing in on these Pontus pikemen there, which is what we're trying to do. You can see more Germanic troops coming over there to help attack those Pontus. But remember, Pontus morale's not very good, and don't forget the Germanic troops on this map have got the winter bonus. Okay, and if they fight in the woods, they got the woods bonus as well. But as they're out in the open there, they're just getting the winter bonus at the moment. And you can see a lot of those Pontus troops are starting to rout. Looks like a mass rout to me. Just the general unit left, and I think the general's just been killed there. So between us there, we've managed to rout that Pontus army there, and I see a lot of the enemy generals are starting to admit defeat there. So so even after that particular part of the battlefield there, on the battlefield there, you can still see those SBQR fully upgraded units are still holding. But as I say, it's quite a spread out battle here. If we go over here, you can see this unit here is running amok, this chariot unit. Remember, if he was near any of his allies, he'd be killing his allies there. And over here, this is where, if you remember, Scorpion King, backed up by some of TR troops, attacked the Scipio troops there. You can see a line of you can see Seleucid pikemen dead. Here you can see the Seleucid elephants were killed there, but there's a line of Seleucid pikemen there where they were killed and routed in this area. If you remember, Scorpion King lost all his infantry and most of his cavalry here. There you can see. In fact, I think at this stage of the battle there's no Seleucid units left at all. As we move across the battlefield here, you can see Firstprime still got a couple of his artillery units left there. As we move across the battlefield, there you can see some more dead there. You can always tell where the fire pots are struck by the scorched bodies there. There's where my fire pots killed so many Carthage Sacred Band units that were hiding in the woods. You remember that? You could just see the amount of casualties the fire pots cause there, weakening Carthage units. As you move across here, you can see more dead bodies there. There you can see that's where those cavalry were killed by my archers and boulders from my artillery. And over here you see some Spartans there. As I say, the red cloaked Spartans' bodies always stick out on the winter map there. You can see the most intense part of the battlefield. Here, of course, is where our SBQ, our ally, charged his cavalry into fully upgraded Sacred Band spearmen. And you can see the result of what happened when he did that there. And as we move over here, you can see more dead, where you can see the fighting was most intense there. Let's say those Germanic spear band units there are very good to use even on the modern day battlefield there, and you can see a lot of Armenian cataphracts dead there. And as we move forward there'll be a lot of Pontus dead there as well. But look at the SBQR guy, he's still got, if you look there, still good numbers, and his 5 SBQR units. Okay, he's only got 5 left out of his 7. But as I say, fully upgraded urban cohorts on 40k no rules battles looks a way forward here, because you saw the punishment that those units were taking from Armenian cataphracts and Pontus pikemen, and they still held. So maybe that's the way forward. Smaller Roman armies, but better upgrades. So well done there. That's did really well. Over here you'll see a lot of routing units there of the enemy there, as they're routing spear units and cavalry units there. So I think there might just be a few units of Firstprimes left there. They were Firstprime Scipio army, still got a couple of units left there, but you'll see the berserkers moving towards them there, and the chosen axemen as well, with their effective against armor axes. Like a bang as they charge in there. And make no mistake, those effective against armor axes will be doing a lot of trouble there. And then you've got the berserkers moving in there as well. So with a combination there of those effective against armor axes and the morale sapping abilities of those berserkers there, you'll see a lot of the Scipio units starting to rout. Now, if I remember correctly, I think Firstprime's just got a couple of artillery units left at this stage of the battle, if I remember correctly. And as we move over here, there you are. That's all his units there that were taken out. But there you are. He's still got a couple of artillery units left there, which I believe he's shooting boulders at us now. So I say, usually at this stage of the battle, I would just say now that basically the battle's over now. So I always think it's best just to admit defeat. And let's get back into the lobby and get another game going. That's what I say anyway. Especially if I was on the losing team, I want to get back into the lobby to get a game going for a bit of revenge. You know what I mean? If you lose, that's what you want to do, and you want to get back into the lobby, get another game going, and hopefully you're going to win that one for a bit of payback, like, if you lose this one. But so you can see me, I'm moving a Spartan unit towards those Onagar units there. I think I've got an archer unit there as well. There you go. You can see I'm running one of my archer units forward there just to finish off those Scipio Onagar crews there. Like a bang! As my archers charge in there. And then I've charged my fast moving armoured cavalry general in there as well. And if we just route that one Scipio unit that's left, there we are. I think that should be the end of the battle there. Like I say, our troops have managed to go on to win the battle. There you go. And the first thing I'd like to say is really well done to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well. Now, I would have put money on that being a close victory. Do you think that would have been a close victory? But we must have just edged into an average victory there. Highest kills in the game, unusually, goes to my Spartan army there. Unusual for me to get highest kills in the game these days, so quite pleased with that. That's quite good. Unusual, but quite good. Right, like I say, well done to GOTW Romex there. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to with his Pontus army, but I thought he was very aggressive and played quite tactically there, so well done to him. Well done to Mantu, did quite well with his Carthaginians there. So well done to him. Well done to Earth. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to with his Armenian army there, cavalry army, but he still did really well. And well done to Firstprime. I thought he did well with Scipio. So really well played, guys. Great battle there. Well done to Scorpion King. Definitely didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but I think his attack, when he attacked there, may have been at the wrong time. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Cost him most of his army there, didn't it? And didn't cause a lot of casualties to the enemy troops. But he did display a great showing of teamwork there, where he protected my army while I moved over to the right flank, and he took casualties in doing that. So he displayed great teamwork there in helping a teammate out when he needed it. Well done to TR with his Germanic army. Look, second highest kills in the game with Germania in a 40k no rules battle. Well done. And well done to our SBQ, our ally there. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but I thought that was a great display. Only 7 infantry, 7 urban cohorts, but fully upgraded. You saw how well they did. So maybe, as I say, in the future of these 40k no rules games, if you bring a Roman army, maybe smaller amounts of infantry, but fully upgraded. Because I was really impressed by how well he held there against those massive odds. And I thought a very diverse battle as well. Like, we got Greek cities, Seleucid, Germania and Rome in our team, so very diverse. They've got Pontus, Carthage, Armenia and Rome in their army, so they were very diverse as well. So I hope you enjoyed this 40k no rules battle. I thought it was an interesting one, especially to, as I say, I know I've emphasized this before, but to look at 7 infantry fully upgraded urban cohorts on how well they did in this battle. I thought it was really good to see. Okay, Spartan Commander saying see you soon and bye for now.